Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let us move on to our final panel session of the day, the final session of the week. A very interesting one. Live success stories, real life case studies. It's entitled Learners Lifelong Learning Sharing Experience. Moderating this session, please join me in welcoming back Allan Cheah, Head of Strategy and Advocacy, Digital Skills and Job Division, Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. Allan advocates the development and talent frameworks and monitors tech talent trends to support policies and programs related to continuous talent development solutions for the digital industry. With that, I pass it over to you, Allan.
Thanks, Asrul. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for keeping it right here on the Malaysia Tech Month 2021 channel, where we are now not only on the final day of the My Digital Workforce Week, but also the final session as well. My name is Allan from MDEC, and I'm delighted to be the moderator of this evening's very special session. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been through the entire My Digital Workforce Week of action-packed content on digital skills, digital jobs, university initiatives, and so on. And since I felt it's a Friday evening, it might be appropriate for all of us to chill and mellow down a bit. Author Vera Nazarian once wrote, "The world is shaped by two things, stories told and the memories they leave behind." So for the final session of the My Digital Workforce Week, may I invite all of us to just unwind, relax, and be inspired as we listen to the stories and experiences of three exceptional ladies that we have on the panel as they share on the topic of a learner's lifelong learning sharing experience. They are, firstly, Datin TS Dr. Siti Hanom binti Marjuni, who is currently the Timbalan Pengarah of Mampu. She is also a certified digital forensic for first responder. Secondly, Shahirah binti Shaharani, an analyst at Viya Consulting, and also a SaaS certified specialist. And thirdly, Liyana, who is the head of transformation and innovation, and also a student at Forward School. What a fantastic lineup we have today, folks. I, for one, simply cannot wait to hear their stories. Ladies, welcome to the panel.
Thank you, Allan. Thank you.
Yeah. 2 days ago, I moderated a session where I likened the Digital Skills Training Directory to be like a restaurant menu, where it served as a guide to not only highlight what food is available, but also that the food would be tasty. In this case, the directory would highlight all the relevant digital training courses that have been vetted by industry experts. But what do these restaurants need to attract customers to come in to dine? Good reviews and ratings, of course, and that is exactly what today's session is all about. I understand that all three panelists have completed some form of digital skills training that was listed on the Digital Skills Training Directory before. And today, we will have the privilege of hearing about these stories, their journey, their learning journeys, and their invaluable experiences as they went through all these trainings. Ladies, are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. As a tiny little icebreaker, can you please tell us a bit about yourselves, maybe where you're from, your educational background, and how you became to the working professional that you are today? Datin, can we start with you?
Thank you, Allan. Yeah. Very good evening overall. I'm Deputy Director for ICT Infrastructure, Shared Services and Security Development Division at Mampu. I've been long journey and my experience in public service, about 33 years experience working with public sector. So currently I'm subject matter expert for incident management and ICT forensic, that I manage all the ICT security for all the public sector service shared services projects. And I also manage the Malaysian Digital Forensic Lab for public sector.
Yeah. Thank you, Datin. Let's move on to Shahirah.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahirah. I'm actually a degree holder. I just graduated last year, which is in 2020. So my degree is Bachelor of Science in Decision Science. I graduated from University Utara Malaysia. So I actually quite new in in my working area. My experience is less than 2 years in my current job, but during my internship and also during my work after I graduated, I took SAS data science course. So I have two SAS certified certificate, which is machine learning and also predictive modeling. Yeah, that's all about me.
Thanks, Shahirah. And probably that won't be the last two, right? You'll be going for more certifications later.
Yes. I will take more certificates by SAS to complete the data science course.
Fantastic. Liyana, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Allan. Hi, everyone. I am Liyana. To be honest, I don't have IT or technical background. I graduated in English for Professional Communication and I pursue my MBA. And then I was promoted as Head of Transformation and Innovation, heading the digitalization journey in my company, Post Aviation Siti, which is a subsidiary of Post Malaysia. And then I decided to get my hands dirty in data science, which I chose Forward School as my learning institution. I have completed my data science essential, and now I am completing my applied data science. Yep, majoring in machine learning. Yep.
Thanks, Liyana. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have quite a diverse group with us today. We have Datin, who has quite a number of experiences handling so many different kinds of projects. We have Shahirah, who is a young data professional who have graduated not too long ago, and we have even Liyana, who doesn't have a tech background but has moved into this area. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to the second question now. This is where it becomes interesting. Ladies, please tell us your remarkable stories. Share with us what training did you undergo, your experience, and what was the digital tech skills outcome from the training. Shahirah, maybe we can start with you.
Yes. Okay. So the course that I took with SAS is a data science course. So in data science course, we learned more about how to manage data management, and how to do machine learning, predictive modeling, and also analysis on computer language, which is we called artificial intelligence, and it's basically about these three. So the ones that I took is machine learning and also predictive modeling. So how does it helps me in my current job is because in data science course, it helps me how to do visualizations. So I managed to implement the lessons that I took inside data science course in my current job, which I'm working as a data analyst right now. So I manage on how to do data visualization, reporting, and also dashboards. And also machine learning certification helps me on how to understand how artificial intelligence work, how to predict models, and how to predict the data that we have analyzed before. So because technology is evolving in a fast pace, so we need to keep on learning in order for us to be in the same line with technology. So that's why I'm interested in this data science world, because it keeps evolving. So I need to keep on learning new things in order for me to be in line with the technology line. So yeah. And also because I took the certificate for predictive modeling during my internship, right? So before I got my current job, my boss looked at my resume and saw that I have a certificate by SAS, and therefore he hired me because I have that certification by SAS. Yeah, so that is how it helps me in this current pandemic era.
Great sharing, Shahirah. Thank you. Let's move on to Liyana.
Mr. Allan, thank you. Thank you so much. So, as I mentioned, I was not from technical background. I have a very limited knowledge. So when I was entrusted to lead one of the new division in post aviation, which is focuses on innovation, we did leverage on few events, and then we did procure low-code platform, which is Microsoft 365. I did went Microsoft training, and then I did have a basic low-code platform development. But for me, if I don't know the fundamentals of, for example, data, right, it will be quite difficult for me to move up in the career ladder. So at the same time, during the same time, I also secured a joint venture, which I think everybody knows here, aviation now is going through a turbulent times, especially in this pandemic. So data is our best friend now, especially in making business insights. So by enrolling myself in this course, data science, it helps me to have statistical modeling, even doing predictive modeling, to have a business insight so that I can assist my C-level in making sound decision, especially in terms of investment, in terms of cost reduction, and in terms of what is the next move or any blue ocean out there in order to survive this pandemic. So yeah, basically that's it.
Thanks, Emma. So basically, you in your current work life, you'll be dealing more with data, but you are also a student at Forward School, right?
Correct.
And in Forward School, what course are you taking?
There are two courses. Number one is Data Science Essential, whereby they introduce me to the basic programming and how to, organize the data structure, the Python language, and basically basic modeling. And then I move out to the intermediate learning course, which is the Applied Data Science, whereby they teach me on basic neural network, basic unsupervised learning, and also deep learning. So it helps me do web scraping, sentiment analysis. So it's quite cool, actually. Yeah.
Great, thanks. Datin, please tell us your remarkable story. What training did you go through and your experiences?
Okay, thank you, Allan. Actually, I pursued a PhD from Institute Putra Malaysia in 2012, which in security and computing, and a major in forensics. So it happened, I joined the ICT Infrastructure and Shared Services Development Division at Mampu in this particular cybersecurity in 2017, which I handle all the security issues, securities, and forensics. And I also attended the certified digital forensic for first responder at cybersecurity. That actually that's the certification is actually teach in the proper method of the identifying and seizing digital evidence that covers all the methods, standard practices, which the digital evidence includes computers, mobile devices, of course, internet and social medias, in cloud also, and video, image, and memory cards, and others. So which covers step by step from prevention, collection, validation, identification, of course, analysis and reporting. Of course, the documentation to do the decision of the evidence. It's this actually the certification is more knowledgeable for me because nowadays it's very more crucial because they have for the forensic, you have the various tools. So that's the challenging for me because I also teach the public officers, public service department for their knowledge in digital forensic also. Thank you.
Thank you, Datin. You know, a lot of people will say that digital skills training is sometimes very challenging, it's very difficult. Maybe I just like to hear from the three of you, as you went through these training programs, how was it? Was it a very challenging course that you took, or how do you handle it?
Actually, the challenging is because we are from a technical, so the hands-on, such as the exercises, because we have to use this as actually to handle how the exhibit, they call exhibit for the digital evidence. So how to use it, to use the tools in the real case. So that's the challenge when we go through the exercises. But of course, we have the simulation for that, the real cases. So that's help us to go deep in depth for each the cases.
Liyana, was it tough going through your training course?
Okay, to be honest, I think it is challenging juggling between work and also training program, right? I think with determination of to upskill yourself, you can do it. For me, for example, I did allocate at least 1 hour a day to practice programming skills and look at data structure so that I can master it day by day. Because of course, and during the weekend, I have the classes, and then weekdays I have work. Maybe after late at night, I also have to attend meetings. But I think in order to survive in this pandemic, you have to allocate time for yourself to learn new skills. That aspiration you have to have within yourself, and in order to continue to thrive in this pandemic. Yeah.
Ira, what about you? Was it a tough course?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit challenging because I'm learning while I'm still working. So the first thing is quite challenging is because I have no friends or lecturers to refer to because I'm learning on my own. So I'm just basically read or study stuff through online source only. So to me, like how the other panelists said just now, is about time management. You have to allocate time for yourself to study and also to work. And also we have to have a little bit of determination. Like, I want to achieve this. I want to become a successful data scientist. So that is what motivates you to complete the course on time. And also the studies is not actually that hard if you really focus on that. But when we applied it in real world, like during my work, we did a credit scoring for a bank using SAS. So the model is quite challenging because we need to test on different kinds of models in order for us to get the predictive scores that is acceptable by our clients. But yeah, I think it's a interesting and a little bit challenging because we get to know that, okay, this method can achieve this result and other methods can achieve other results. So different algorithms can create different results. So that is the challenging and also the interesting part in data science world. So yeah.
Thanks, Shahirah. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. It's never easy, but I think with the right attitude and good time management, it can be done, right?
Yes.
For those of you who just joined us this evening, we have a very inspiring panel session on the topic of learners' lifelong learning sharing experience, where we are hearing amazing stories from our three lovely panelists, Datin TS Dr. Siti Hanom, Timbalan Pengarah of Bampu, Nor Shahirah, analyst at Cheah Consulting, and Nick Nor Liyana, Head of Transformation and Innovation at Post Aviation, and also a student at Forward School. Let's continue, shall we? I'd like to ask, after going through all the trainings and that you attended, how did it help you in your career? All of you are currently working, right? So how did this training help you specifically in your career? Liyana, maybe we can start with you.
Thanks, Allan. Okay, I would like to share that I think it goes without saying in this pandemic, especially aviation industry, we are going through a very turbulent time whereby everything is uncertain with both the restriction and people not traveling, right? So with data, we can make some decision. For example, we have tons of data, but without model, data will always remain something that we cannot make use of. So we did have some modeling because, for example, in Post Aviation, we have different around 5 business units, and these business units are different. So for example, if we use this data, for example, trend for the past quarter, maybe 3 months, we know where the resource to be allocated for the next quarter. And it helps us in optimizing our costs. And it helps me to advise my C-level and in terms of where should we focus next and where should these resources to be allocated to. And if there is any variances or differences, then we will incorporate that as the item that need to be considered for the next forecast. Yeah.
Great, thanks. Datin, maybe can you hear from you? How did the training help you in your career?
Okay. Actually, thank you, Allan. Actually, in my situation, they are more to upskilling my knowledge and skills. As in a public servant, the professional certification is a tool actually that to help accredit my skills, my competencies, as well as my team's knowledge. And in this pandemic also, they have to provide my time actually to attend the training. Otherwise, we are very busy in our work, occupied our day in normal non-pandemic time. So this is the best time that I have to upgrade all my skills and knowledge, because I also get to higher knowledge, because I have to teach the as well of officers for public sectors. So this actually the blessing for me with this pandemic situation.
Yeah, thank you. Shahirah, let's hear from you.
Hi, Len. Okay, so how the training helps me in my career, right? So first thing is because it helps me to outstand other candidates when I was in job hunting after I graduated last year, because graduating in 2020 is the starting period of this pandemic starts, right? So it's quite difficult for us to secure a job during at that moment. So with this certificate, I get to make myself more outstanding from other candidates, because I have something that I'm not saying all people, but most people doesn't have any professional certificates when after they graduated from their university. So it helps me to outstand other candidates. And also my certification also helps me to see better in how a data can be used of how us it helps me on how to manage the data, how to make some useful insight from the data, which I can do visualization from the data, from a very raw data. I learned how to do that. And it helps me to work in my current work with ease, means I do not need to attend more trainings before I get my job done in my current work. Yeah, so also in because my current job, it used mostly is SaaS software, and my certification is also based on SaaS predictive modeling. So it helps me on how to use the SaaS language inside SaaS softwares, and it helps me to get my job done quicker and better. Yes, that's how it helps me.
Thank you, Shahirah. And another good tip for all you job seekers out there: get yourself certified if you want to get an edge in over your competitors in getting a job, right? For everyone listening in, just a reminder that you can also drop us any questions you have for the panelists in the chat box there, and we will try to get those questions answered. Yeah, let's pause for a moment while I check if there are any questions coming in. Yeah, there are a few questions already. There's one question for Datin. Yeah, Datin, what has been the main challenge in your lifelong journey?
Thank you. Very big challenge, because for cybersecurity, actually for the forensics itself, the challenge is when especially in our skill, and because there were outside that there's various tools for forensics. That's why we have to get the specific knowledge and skills to get the correct tools that you go to because to analysis all the cases, because it needs the analysis and the reporting for the right decision. So that's the most challenging for me because and also this certification professional certificate is actually covers all our situation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Datin. Hope that answers the question of the audience. Let's move on to the next question from my side. Yeah. Hearing from all of you, I observed that all three of you were trained in quite different focus areas. Datin, your training was more in cybersecurity. Shahirah, yours was more in data science. And Liyana, yes, you talked about data science as well, but I think that there's a bit of software development as you join Forward School also, right? So in your respective areas, can you share your opinion on how reskilling opportunities have helped you thrive in this current pandemic? Shahirah, please start with you.
Sorry, the question is how the trainings help me thrive in.
Yeah, especially in the area that you were trained in, which is in data science. How did the reskilling opportunities help you thrive in the current pandemic?
Okay, so like I said before, because I took I joined the data science course by SAS during my internship. So at that moment, I invited a few of my friends to join with me together to take the course because it's not sponsored by anyone. We have to pay it ourselves. But none of them is interested to join the course with me. So I took it on my own, and that is why I think that it makes me more outstanding from other candidates that is in the job hunt together with me. Because in data science is a new skills evolving in technology era. Means there's not many people who is mastering data science in Malaysia, as yeah, and especially women. There's less women in technology areas, so I think that because I know that I can do in data science and I wanted to become a professional data science in the future, that is why I take the chances and take the data science course on my own. And that is how I make my resume more outstanding than other people, and it got me this current job right now. And yeah, that is how it helps me.
Thank you. Liyana, over to you.
Thank you, Allan. Okay, in my opinion, reskilling is a must. If you have the opportunity to do it, please do so. I would like to share my experience in my company. When we were hit with the pandemic, I was like April last year, the flight movement was reduced to 70%, right? So most of the manpower out below the wing or above the wing that are doing check-ins are left with no job because there's no flight to handle. So we did select these people and train themselves in digital upskilling in our company. And eventually they have become our low-code developers in post-aviation. So what I'm saying is, if there is a reskilling opportunity that is out there, please do so and enroll yourself in it, because you will never know what knocks on your door when you have invested in yourself. And for me personally, myself, I would like to thank you, the people that have supported me to be here, because I come from limited technical background. So when you surround yourself with the right people, having the right mentor, right? So it helps you to grow. So I think reskilling opportunities just helps you to go to another venture, even though you're not from technical background. It doesn't have. Don't be afraid. That is what I'm saying. Don't be afraid. It is not something that you has to think about twice. Try it first. Yeah.
Wise words indeed. Thank you, Liyana. Datin,
Okay.
sharing, please.
Okay, actually, reskilling is a must for my officers that I have to go to for their technology transfer. Reskilling is a must, but for me, for me is upskilling is rather than reskilling, because I have to upgrade to improve my knowledge, my experience as a professional technologist. That's the mean, because I have to go over their skill and knowledge. So actually the reskilling is for step by step. We have to go step by step and enhance our experience and skill, rather than you have to just in meanwhile. So that's I have to go par with them. Okay? That's it.
Thank you, Datin. For those of you who just joined us this evening, we're having a really exciting panel session on the topic of learners, lifelong learning sharing experience, where we are hearing amazing stories from our three panelists, Datin TS, Dr. Siti Hanom, Timbalan Pengarah of Mampu, Nor Shahirah, analyst at Jiraya Consulting, and Nick Nor Liyana, Head of Transformation and Innovation at Post Aviation, and also a student at Forward School. If you have any questions you want to pose to our panelists, please do so at the chat box down there, right? Right. So I was curious, all of you found the training courses of your dreams, so-called, via the Digital Skills Training Directory, right? How easy was it finding that course on the portal? Shahirah, maybe we start with you.
Yes. Okay, because I have an interest in data science, right? So I followed many pages of data science page, including in Facebook and also in LinkedIn and also in Instagram. So some of them will some kind of like advertise their the courses available, online courses available, and therefore if I think that it is a good opportunity for me to attend the course, then I will take it. Like the one that I attended is a data science course by SAS. It is advertised by one of the SAS workers through Facebook. So I'm lucky enough to find her advertisement, and therefore I was interested with the courses available, because SAS Malaysia is quite a big company and also a well-known company in data science world. Their certification can be used globally. The certification by SAS is known and can be used globally. Means if I wanted to apply a job in overseas, then I can still use the SAS certification certificate, because it is global. So yeah, I found it through Facebook. So we need to follow the pages relating to data science community.
Great, thanks. Another good tip from Shahirah. Datin, you can share with us how do you come across the training that you attended?
Thank you, Allan. Actually, for me, to enhance my knowledge, I attend the online courses. That's extraordinary for me. So I have to get experiences for me, and of course, I'm member of special group for forensic and cybersecurity. So we gather together, discuss about our cases. So that makes me more experienced. Also, we have the community to discuss over, such as if we have cases along our journey. Like of course, in a special day like a 0 day. So that's more well, especially for us in technical security. That's all.
Thanks, Datin. Liyana, tell us a story about how you found the course that you attended.
Okay, it's actually, to be honest, it took me around 2 years of finding what is perfect for me with the limited technical knowledge that I have. When I was doing a joint venture, right, I did I've done my MBA, and then suddenly I think that, oh, it's time for me to get technical, because in my company, most of the process are manual. So we have lots of data, lots of dirty data. So I went to conferences, I went to hackathon, I even consulted MCMC. So what do we do with this? How do we go about digitalizing in a company, right? So one of the very interesting area is data science, because as you can see, during this pandemic, even aviation company like Asia, even Malaysia Airlines, or even my company, we think that the business or aviation business will never be the same. Everything is automated, right? With automation, you need data. So of course, in my journey of searching the right course, I want to do data science. That's what I think. And then finding the right institution is another challenge. So that's why I started to sign up in Facebook forums and then searching online what kind of institution that suit me, because I have a very, again, limited technical skills. So I need people to guide me, handhold me. So that's where I found Forward School. Yeah.
Thank you, Liyana. Let's check the message boxes for a moment, yeah? Okay, there's a very interesting question that came through. It's easy to lose motivation to learn during this pandemic. Since we are all stuck at home for most of the time, do you have any tips to stay motivated to learn and relearn in terms of upskilling oneself? Can you repeat that? It's easy to lose motivation to learn during this pandemic. Since we are all stuck at home for most of the time, do you have any tips to stay motivated to learn and relearn in terms of upskilling oneself?
So, Allan, maybe I can suggest
Sure,
something.
Datin. Sure.
Because this is very challenging if you handle the cost, because how to get your participant stay to the courses. Actually, from my experience with JICA last weeks when I attend the courses, for the first day and ice breaking, they just show the scenery of Tokyo. That's just that's the Olympic just finished, so they can look the stadium Tokyo, Olympic Tokyo. That find a motivation for us to stay with the courses, and just because they took about 5 days, so maybe very bored. So in the middle of the courses, we also just get also the scenery of the Japan. So maybe that interests our participant to stay really. Okay.
Liyana, you have anything to share?
Yes, Allan. Okay, tips to stay motivated. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, I did lose interest and motivation, feeling like stuck in bed all day, doing nothing, right? So for me, it is very important for you to establish a routine. This is in terms of discipline. Or for me, I would allocate 1 hour at least a day to do programming or even data modeling. So when you have that kind of routine, right, you technically program yourself, I have to do this at a certain time. So that's number one. And then of course, while working, because I have to manage a division, so time management is very important for me. And then of course, youngsters now with social media on the trend, please sign yourself up to forums that, because they have interesting tools that about data science or programming. Please sign this up, and maybe if you lost interest, look at the memes or jokes about programming. There's a lot out there. So you can laugh about it. Yeah, it's fun. So that's the tips from me. Yeah.
Thanks, Liyana. Shahirah, any motivation tips from you?
Yes, Allan. So the one thing that I always hold on to is monetize your skills. So you need to know what are the skills that you are good at, and you have to have interest in that skills. So that is what I think will keeps you motivated into upskilling or reskilling your skills, because in a technology world, especially the programmings and also this machine learning, the deep learning, it keeps evolving, it keeps changing year after year, and we need to keep learning new things. So when you know that you have an interest in this data science world or machine learning, you uh, you have to have like something like you can monetize your skills. Means the skills that you have enhanced can give you money, something like that, because you have to you can get more payments, or you can increase your salary because you have enhanced your skills. So that is what I keep on saying to myself, like, we have to monetize our skills. Therefore, we need to keep on learning new things to enhance our skills so that we can also enhance the payment salaries that we receive.
Yeah, Shahirah, I do agree that monetize your skill. When you have so much money, you can do more and invest yourself in it. That's a
Yes,
good motivation
correct.
tools, good. Yep.
Yeah.
Very great, very good. Yeah, very good tips. And I think this is just to rewind a bit. That to an earlier question that was posed to Datin, where she shared about her challenges that she faced as an experienced professional. I'd like to throw that question also to Shahirah and Liyana. And as a challenge, what would be your biggest challenge? Maybe start with Liyana first. I read in your bio that you are not only currently working, but you're also a student at Forward School. So what would be your biggest challenge as you balance between working life and student?
I guess the biggest challenge for me would be time management, because at work you really have to focus on the task given and managing people and completing certain assignment given by the C-level, right? About taking care of the company, to summarize that. And of course, while studying at Forward School, I have to do some sort of very hands-on, like such as programming, data modeling, data structure, or even extracting data from the web page. So to overcome this challenge, I always remind myself that whatever that I am learning at Forward School, whatever that I'm learning in data science will help me at my job. So whatever that I allocate my time in learning, it will help me, my company, and eventually my subordinates. So the motivation is what keeps me going every day.
Great, thanks. And to Shahirah, maybe just tell us about what challenges do you face as a young professional who just entered the workforce?
Okay, the main challenge that I'm keep on facing right now is because during this pandemic, right, I haven't gone to my office in a while. Means I have worked for my company for more than a year, but I've went to my office for less than 10 times already. Means I'm working alone in my house, in my room, and I do not meet any new colleagues, I cannot make new friends. So that is the main challenge in my working in this lifelong journey. But yeah, when I studied also, I studied it online. So I'm some sort of like I'm studying it alone. I do not have any lecturers or any teachers to teach me. I just read the data, the learning course through online only. I do not interact with humans physically. I interacted with computers only. So that is a main challenge. But yeah, it's the pandemic, so we have no choice. So we have to keep on living, keep on moving forward, and we need to set a goal, and we need to remind ourselves, okay, I want to achieve this goal, so I need to stay motivated all the time in order for me to keep learning and also working at the same time. Yep.
Yeah, oh no, I hope we don't lose our human skills if this goes on for long.
Yes.
For the audiences out there, yeah, please keep those questions coming in. We have a very lively panel discussion today. Another question just came in that is to Liyana. Yeah? To Liyana, in what ways do tech schools like Forward School impact your learning journey in data science? In what ways do tech schools like Forward School that you are in now impact your learning journey in data science?
Okay, in my experience, choosing the right institution is very important, because it is okay. First of all, you must understand what is your background. For me, I have a very limited technical background, so I need to find which are the right tech school that suits my background, which is Forward School. How do I do it? Is I ask around, and then turns out Forward School has instructors that are working in the industry, and then they compartmentalize the syllabus according to your skills level, or maybe knowledge level, so it is easier for you to move up in the learning experience. And also I think Forward School, they recruited the instructors that is very hands-on, and then it is easier for whatever that I learned during the school to be applied in the real world. Yeah.
Great, thanks. As I check the message box, if there are any questions, let me just go to my final question to each of you, but maybe because I may have some more later on, right? After going through all the experiences and sharing and everything, what would be your advice to all in the workforce today, be it a fresh graduate or an experienced hire? What would be your advice to them in the workforce? Datin, maybe we get some thoughts from you first.
Okay, thank you, Allan. Actually, I think the important to us is to, especially for the fresh graduate or experienced hires, the continuous learning, because they actually every day we got the new knowledge, new skill, and everything you to build yourself as a high quality and competent workforce. So this the more you get, the more you have to learn something. So that's I think is good for us. Just keep it updating, continuous learn. Yes.
Thank you, Datin. Shahirah, your advice?
Okay, I have two kinds of advice here. First one is to the fresh graduates. So if you're fresh graduates and it's very hard for you to secure a job in this pandemic, right? So you need to have something that is extra from your colleagues. You need to have extra certification. You need to have extra online courses to make you more outstanding from other candidates. And for the one who is already in the workforce, especially in this technical department, always bear in mind that technical people are replaceable, because we are like the skills that we have yesterday might be obsolete tomorrow. So we need to keep on learning new things so that we will not be replaced. We need to keep on reskill or upskilling for us to move forward with technology, because technology is evolving. The one that we are learning today might be obsolete next week, next month. So yeah, we need to keep on learning, grab any opportunities, especially online courses that have like discounts or what. Take the course, grab the opportunity to upskills yourself. So that's my advice.
Thank you, Shahirah. Liyana, over to you.
Thanks, Alan. I think the advice for fresh graduates or even the experienced professional is, I would like to say that do not stuck in your field. For example, myself, I am from linguistic background, English, and then I did my MBA, which is majoring in business, and then I am now in data science course. So don't limit yourself to one field, because you will never know when do you need these skills later on. That's number one. And then always choose the right mentor, be it your boss, be it your partner, your significant others. Having the right mentor helps you to push yourself over your limit. Okay. And then, of course, have a good time management, discipline, and always believe in yourself that you can do it. Of course, believing in yourself is a must, because you will never know. You might be here and the next day you might be higher. So, of course, believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and surround yourself with the right people and the right network. That is my advice. Yeah.
Great advice. And I think from Indiana's case, even without a tech background, you can also still pursue something in this field. I think that's just fantastic. My personal takeaways from all of your sharings is this. I mean, I guess there's no fixed rule to learning, right? It is really a lifelong journey to learn something and challenge yourself along the way. All three of you have shown us that with the right passion and the right focus, the right trainings will indeed get you very far. Datin, even with so many titles to her name, still pursued a very relevant certification in cybersecurity, and that's fantastic. Shahirah showed us so much diligence in continuing to upskill herself in various data science and the data science certifications, even as a young data professional. Liyana taught us that our learning doesn't stop once we start working. Doing both as a professional and a student, we can continue to learn. I think that's just great. And I wish you could have more time to listen to their stories, but we're coming to the end of the session already. And please join me in thanking Datin, TS, Dr. Siti, Hanom, Shahirah, and Liyana for spending their evening with us. The real life stories and experiences of all three of you have shared in your lifelong journey of retraining and upskilling has nothing short of remarkable. I would really like to wish all three of you the very best in your careers ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, although we have come to the conclusion of this panel session and also the end of the My Digital Workforce Week, let me quickly assure you that it is still not the end of the Malaysia Tech Month. Yeah, it's a month. So yay, the Digital Jobs Expo is still running. So all of you are encouraged to head over there and also share it with your relatives, your friends, or whoever you know who are looking for a job. I hope that you show the link somewhere on the screen so they can share it. And next week will be the start of the Digital Disruptors Week. So trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Thank you again to everyone who had tuned in. If you had not done so, do check out our Digital Skills Training Directory to see what courses you can also take up today. And as mentioned by our panelists, do look up for all of these initiatives out there that you can take on board. For example, you can sign up for the free online digital marketing courses that we have under the Let's Learn Digital initiative. Free online courses, you never get this anywhere else. And I sincerely hope that the stories and lifelong learning experiences you heard from our accomplished panelists today will be an inspiration for all of you to own it, to take charge, and to take the initiative in your very own digital journey ahead. Author Irene Casola said, "The pen that writes your life story must be held in your own hand." This is Allan from MDEC signing off. Stay safe, everyone. Hasro, back to you.
Thank you, Allan, and all the panel members for that inspiring sharing. These ladies are working but continue to upskill themselves in the digital tech certifications, even though they weren't originally from the technology sector. You can too. So wonderful to have all of you to wrap up this week. Thank you, everyone. To all job seekers out there, don't forget to check out the mydigitalworkforceweek.my for those 5,000 jobs available, 100 companies across industries, as well as 70 satellite events that are offering upskilling and reskilling opportunities with webinars, online trainings, as well as panel sessions. So with that final session, we have concluded day 5, the final day of the Digital Skills Week at MTM 2021. Thank you to all our speakers powering up this week with their outlooks, ideas, and insights on privatizing the digital economy amid today's unprecedented uncertainties. We invite our participants to join us right here next week at 9:20 a.m. as we start off the Digital Disruptors Week. Meanwhile, do check out the agenda for satellite events all over the MTM 2021 space, and also participants do make use of the virtual networking lounges available. You're also welcome to reach out to the event admin via the chat box for any sort of assistance. With that, I'd like to say a huge thank you, ending up with a high note. This is Hasro, your host, signing up for the day, for the week. See you next week, 9:20 a.m. Goodbye, everyone, and stay safe.